40, you're able to stick with them for probably the first 25 minutes, and then Justin talked about how he thinks one of their strengths is their depth, and eventually, given your situation, did they just wear you down?
I mean, credit to Illawarra, the game plan that we talked about that we want to do, Illawarra did a better job of, which is getting to the foul line and rebounding. For the first half, even when it was, I think it's a 9-point game at half time, but, they get to the foul line 17, and I think they got 12 or 14 second chance points. And so, you want to reward yourself defensively with possession by getting the rebound. But it's kind of hard to do where half their misses, or just under half their misses, they're able to get a second crack at it. So, we did a better job probably defensively in the second half. But, those O boards, they really just, they beat us up on it. And 21 in the end, but it felt like a lot more.
That front court of theirs, though, especially with Sam and Lockie, it's going to cause a lot of teams a lot of trouble, isn't it? It is tough to try to stick with them for the 40 minutes and try to battle on the glass with them, just how big and how deep they go.
I don't know how you want me to answer that. Like, I feel like we've got height too.
Yes.
So we let ourselves down by losing the rebound. And it's not just the bigs, there's got to be collective effort from everybody to do it. So, again, credit to Illawarra, they did a fantastic job of doing something that we want to get really good at. They set the bar high. So, credit to them. Like, I don't know how you want me to answer that.
I hesitate to ask this because I know you never will make excuses, but it's always tough when you have your 3 first-choice point guards not playing tonight. Because of that, did you like some things that you saw, given how out of position almost everybody had to play at times?
Yeah, I mean, I can't fault the guys' effort. We look good in stretches, and maybe the problem, we misinterpreted good offense that resulted in a missed shot as a bad possession. And so even in that third, we're getting stops, but we suddenly started to become this one-pass offense again, and we're rushing the shot unnecessarily. And, when you move the ball and, we're able to shift the defense a little bit, we had some good looks that didn't go in. And then, we start to feel like that's something that's not a good offensive possession. But the reality is that, keep running the system and keep running the offense. We went a bit too isolation again, and a point guard does help that. But again, I can't fault the guys for absolutely playing their hearts out. We're going to learn from this, collectively, and go, hey, it's a 4-point game with 4 minutes to go in the third. Where did we lose this? And a lot of it is also, obviously, Illawarra doing a great job, as I mentioned, with the rebounds, but a lot of it was some self-inflicted wounds where we probably just, rushed it unnecessarily, especially in offense.
If you ignore the final scoreline, I feel like you, for the most part, you played better than a 27-point result. What did you like from what you can take out of it?
And again, this is the thing. We shot 37% from 3 at halftime. And I'm not going to sit here and say all our shots were great. There was some questionable shot selection, especially down the stretch. But, that's like when we moved it and we looked good, that was clean. And that's what we want. So, the shots that look good, that didn't go in, I want to keep encouraging those. So I like the guys were able to recognise that where it was going against us and try and swing it back in our favour. We burned a lot of timeouts early just to try and, settle that down. But obviously Illawarra just had the momentum to run it out at the end.
Pedro, your first chance to play in the NBL. Take the result out of it. What did you make of the experience?
It was fun. Obviously, would have liked to win and be able to play a little bit better. But all in all, it was fun. Obviously this is the first year that they're doing the Hoops Fest, so that was kind of cool seeing the different leagues and different teams and everyone kind of being in one setting. That was kind of dope to see. But yeah, I had fun. I think it's a lot for us to build off of, though, as far as game-wise. So it'll be a big week for us.
After spending the week on the Gold Coast at the Blitz and now coming here where everybody is, do you feel like you've pretty quickly caught up on what the NBL is all about?
Yeah, for the most part. I think now, for me individually, I think it's just continue to pick my spots and, 2 for 13 for me is really terrible, just being honest, being blunt, because I'm usually pretty efficient. I think the shots that I were taking, some were forced, but some that I just missed. So I think just continue to get my feet up under me, continue to get my feet wet as far as just this team and this league in general. I think that'll come as I continue to just keep working. So, but it was fun for sure.
Chance to play at home now next week, which I'm sure you're excited about.
Yeah, I think that'll help. I think that'll help us out a lot. You know, again, we're a young team. So we've got a lot of things that we need to work on as a team and individually, but I think we've got a lot of really good things that we can build on, like I said, going into next week.
Forde, last time we were in this building, and it was for basketball, was 12 years ago, and it has a hell of a history, and you were part of it in the later years of the Wildcats. Did it bring back any memories for you walking back again?
Yeah, I mean, it did. You know, it's a humbling experience. It's, again, credit to Larry and everybody putting on Hoops Fest, and you know, each year it just seems like they level up. And to be here now in this old arena where, again, I sort of started out as that video guy for Bevo and SD, and trying to point out where my old seat was, which was pretty cool. But you know, like, you take a moment and then you sort of got to lock in at the task at hand, and obviously there's a lot of things we need to work on from this game leading into Adelaide next week.
Well, just in terms of how quickly it blew out today, how much of a concern is that?
The only concern I have is I don't want the guys to be disheartened by it. You know, this is things that are fixable. You know, we talked about what we want to have as an identity as a team. It's really important that we sort of have to double down on that. You know, if again, when we talk about the offense, the shot selection, when we talk about the effort and rebounds and defense, you know, they're fixable things. So we had some good offensive clips that didn't result in the shot going in. So I don't want them to get disheartened by things that were relatively positive. But again, you know, this happens in basketball, and the momentum swung very quickly against us. You know, we got to learn from it. You know, we got to come back together as a group and identify where it went wrong and fix it. And I feel like, again, you know, it's good to have these problems at this stage of the season because we're trying to be that final product, what we want to look like December, January, not right now. And as long as we keep just stacking days, you know, we're gonna trend in that direction.
I guess going into the season, there were a lot of people already writing you up, and this will probably give them more ammunition. Do you kind of just try to galvanise the squad even more? Is it like an us against them sort of mentality? Yeah,
I mean, I know, and I even, like, people like to say we try and weaponise it. The reality is we don't, because it's always just, you know, some of it's just clickbait, to be honest, and you know, things that want to be said. The one thing I've sort of said with the guys too is, you know, what's really important as the season progresses on, where individuals start to get good and recognised for particular awards, or we start to get good, you know, you don't want to buy into all the positive stuff as well, because it's the same people that are dogging you at the start of the season now suddenly jump on your bandwagon afterwards. So the message has to remain constant in our gym and in our training, and the guys are really good with that, you know. And that's again, I can't credit the boys enough with the effort and the care that they have in this group, in this team, in this franchise. We just got to keep working towards being better as a unit.
And Hoops Fest in general, what do you make of the concept?
Yeah, no, like I said, it was good. It's you know, it's definitely brought the whole basketball community together with the NBL, the WNBL, and 18s, and past and present players. And again, being in this older venue as well. Yeah, only positives really. It's been fun.
And the Wildcats, I guess, get an extra home game. They're already good as it is. How hard is that, knowing that they get an extra home game with that concept?
Oh, as long as I don't have to play them, that was good.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Awesome, all good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.